Hey everybody, sorry, I know I'm late today. I have to do these socials real quick. Just give me a second. Sorry, y'all. Oh my gosh. Okay. What a day. How are y'all doing though? Because I have been busy, but I have some announcements. So it's a good busy. It's not a bad busy, but I do have announcements. So just give me a second. Let me let everybody know. I had to push it back because I'm like trying to get myself together, trying to do all this stuff. And it's just like, wow, there's a lot to do. There is a lot to do. Okay. And thank you guys for coming in early too. And sharing and streaming and all of that. Because folks be acting like I'm not appreciative, but I am appreciative. You know, I might not say thank you literally 24/7 because who has that kind of time? But I am very thankful for everybody looping, streaming, sharing. Thanks, sis. Hey, Alicia, how are you? How you doing? Let me add y'all to the screen real quick. Hey, Yasmin, thank you for tuning in. Even though you're driving, drive safe. Hey, sis, Bond with Christ is in the building. Okay, she be slaying the word of God and snatching edges and slaying makeup and everything all at the same time. So check out their channels. And hey, Alicia, she has a channel as well. So if you're catching the replay, check her out. And she covers all sorts of stuff, travel. I think don't you have a podcast too, Alicia, if I'm not mistaken? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I try to keep up with everything everybody's doing, but it's quite a bit sometimes. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, hey everybody, now that I got everything up. Hey everybody, welcome to my live stream. If you are new here, welcome. Please consider subscribing. I cover all things business, faith, and life for the modern Christian, particularly women, but there are some men who support my channel as well and my brand. So welcome. Please remember to like the video if you're catching the replay. Or even if you're here right now, just remember to like the video because it lets YouTube know this is good information and to send it out to the masses and that people want to hear and see this. Like I said, I said on the last video, I started a dating series on Tuesday. Hey, Jordan, I haven't seen you in a minute, girl. Hope you're doing well. Check out her content as well, y'all, if you're catching the replay. I'm trying with the face beat. This was like a 10-minute face beat because I got distracted talking with my mom and doing a bunch of stuff with her. So I did my face, went downstairs to get my lemon water because I don't like talking and getting dry mouth. Cotton mouth is just not the move. So, and I was like, oh snap, I'm running so late. So my internet is being wonky. Oh no, I hope it gets better because that's not it at all. But and mine kind of has been doing the same too. We've been dealing with a lot of rain and things like that. Here in Georgia, today is the first sunny day for real, with hopefully no rain. So we'll see. But like I said on my last video, I started a dating series. So that's going to be going from now until the end of February. It's going to be every other Tuesday. And who knows, I might keep it going. More than likely, I will keep it going in some way, shape, or form. But, as far as it being like a standing thing on my channel, I might actually keep it going because I don't only talk about dating because I don't want to just be known as a dating content creator because there's so many other things of life that I want to talk about. That's why I say business, faith, and life because we're covering the whole shebang around here. But, I'm excited. I have really good topics. And honestly, as I'm talking to you guys in the comments and DMs and stuff, I'm getting more ideas. So it might actually extend past the end of February. I don't know. We just going to go with it. But also, if you guys are not following my mom on Instagram, her page is at Mama Martin's Kitchen. And on Facebook, you can find her at Mama Martin's Kitchen. You'll find her page. I'm about to type it in. Okay, so you can go check that out because she is doing, I don't know why this thing is taking so long to actually post my comments. It's weird. But yeah, you can find her on there and I'm gonna put it on the screen as well for the replay because she is doing another cooking class. It's a Caribbean holiday cooking class. So the first class is going to be covering like a Thanksgiving meal. Me and her are going to cook. I'm going to give you guys my mac and cheese recipe. I don't really part with it, but I'm like, you know what? I love y'all. So I'm going to do it for the class. But typically don't like share my recipes. So y'all gonna actually see me cooking. If you actually wanted to see me cooking before, because I've shown screenshots on my page, on my Daily Delle page, people are like, you cook? I know how to cook. I just prefer not to. Like, I'm not one of those people that's gonna whip up a meal every day. That's just not my thing. But I know how to cook. Come on now, don't play me. So me and my mom are gonna be cooking, which is gonna be fun. I'm gonna make the mac and cheese. She's gonna be showing y'all how to make a jerk turkey, seasoned rice, all that good stuff. So make sure that you check out her page. You can click the link on her Instagram bio to buy your ticket. You will get the class replay if you can't make it live, and you also will get all the preparation instructions and stuff like that. So it's really fun, really interactive. We haven't done one in a year, but we're excited to be back. Also, still on the Instagram break. So if you have my email, you have my number, contact me on there. Or if you're on my Facebook, I'm still on Facebook because I'm testing out different things for business. And y'all, I'm getting so much traction on Facebook, and I'm not even hitting the pavement yet. So I'm excited to come back full force into business consulting and coaching and share my gems. But you can catch me on Facebook, email, or if you have my number, like I said, text me or call. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really answering calls like that unless I really feel like talking to you. No shade, but it is what it is. So that's all for the announcements and updates. I can't think of anything else. Also, we're really close to monetization. I'm at 860 now. So if you can share my channel out, I will greatly appreciate that so we can hit 1K. I wanted to hit it by the end of this month, but we still got a couple days. It's not the end of the world. It possibly could happen, but definitely by next month, by October. So we're going to go ahead and dive into today's topic. Don't play me, yes. And they be trying to say, like, you don't know how to cook. I know how to cook now. Come on now. Like, I just don't see the need to do it every day. My mac and cheese is the family's favorite as well. Okay, like, we don't be parting with our recipes now, but I'm going to do it for the class. And, like I said, if you can't make the class live, you'll get the recording. So it's October 15th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern is the time. If you want to be there live, then it's a lot of fun, like I said. But if you can't make it live, you'll get the recording, you'll get everything. And we have some special offers that we're going to be sharing as well. So make sure you join my mom's mailing list because she got a lot of good things coming up. And I put everything, like I said, in the comments. So today, we're going to be talking about learning how to enjoy your own company and being comfortable being single. Because, yes, Facebook is jumping, girl. I'm honestly liking Facebook more than Instagram right now, to be honest. Instagram's kind of getting on my nerves. But, I don't know. We'll see. But I wanted to talk about learning how to enjoy your own company and being comfortable being single because, of course, we're in the middle of a dating series. And in my last video, I had told you guys or mentioned as one of the points that you want to really get comfortable, like being by yourself or enjoying your own company. And so I know some people watching that might be like, well, how exactly do I do that? Because it's not that I hate myself, but I prefer to be around other people because being alone can really weigh on me. It can make me feel some type of way. It can really just get me in my thoughts or whatever. And so I'm like, let me actually share some tips about how I learned how to be comfortable being alone, because for some background, if you're like, what qualifies you to even talk about this? Because you said you stay with a roster. So that means that you technically are never really alone. You're always being entertained or whatever. This is true. I always have a roster, but I am still single. Okay. The roster has yet to pull out an MVP that's like, all right, like, you're my queen. And I'm like, bet I'm your queen. Like, let me be, you're my king. Let me be sweat. Like, sweep me off my feet. I have yet to get there. We're going to pray and touch and agree that I get there, but I'm not there yet. Okay. I'm still on the journey. So what does that mean? A lot of the time I am alone, like literally physically alone, because I work a lot. And those who don't know, I still am in these gig work streets. Okay, not as much as I had to be before, but definitely still there. And sometimes I'm just in my room working. Like, I have a bedroom office. So I'm in it right now in this enclave in my room. And sometimes I'm just in here just working, grinding. And right now, like for instance, with my mom's stuff and different things I'm trying to plan, I'm really grinding. So sometimes I'm really physically alone, and other times I just feel alone. Like, there's no one blowing my phone up. That drive phone be hitting different, okay? Especially when you're single. It's like, dang, all my friends are busy too. Like, come on now, somebody got to be available. So needless to say, I've been single officially for over 5 years. Now, I did have a relationship at the beginning of this year, but that thing lasted like 2 weeks. So I don't even really count it. It's honestly really embarrassing. It was somewhat, annoying and stressful and just a little traumatic. Not enough to throw me off my rocker, but it's just like, you know what, we just gonna bury that and just pretend it never happened. So as far as something actually long-term, I have not had a long-term relationship since February or March 2016. I want to say it was the end of February because basically when I found out I was pregnant. So I've been in these streets and I've really grown to understand myself. I'm still learning. Okay, I'm not perfect. I've grown to really enjoy myself. I've learned how to bounce back, you know, when you're talking to someone, because the thing with having a roster and multi-dating, which I have a video about this in the series, is that you have to have thick skin and you have to be in the mindset, hey sis, hey Kendall, you have to be in the mindset that you're going to be dealing with floppy dating relationships a little bit more often all at once than if you just focus on one person. Because focus on one person, like, the downside of that is you can put all your eggs in one basket, and if it doesn't work, you're really like losing your mind. But with multi-dating, you can literally have like 5 people on the roster. If you really got it like that, you can have 10 or whatever. But I try not to get too heavy because, you know, ain't nobody got the energy. I'm too old for that. But, you know, you got 5 people on the roster and all 5 of them are a flop. And you're just like, dang, like it really feels like you're recruited for a job. So it can get very tiresome. You could get weary. You got to take a break. You got to take the job posting down, put it back up, revise, revisit, wonder who slipped through the cracks and how they even managed to slip through the cracks, because you really will be looking like, how did you even get here? And so after that, you have to learn how to bounce back emotionally. Okay, that didn't work. I had 5 flops. We're back to the drawing board. So how are we going to manage this? So that's why I wanted to talk about this topic, because it can really be a struggle to be comfortable being single, you know, especially when you've been in this single for a while. Some people have never had a relationship, and people it's just been a long time coming like me, you know, and it could just be really hard to adjust to. Also, fall and winter is tough. It's very tough, or I think more so tough because of the colder weather. Some people have seasonal depression. And then like the holidays and birthdays and stuff like that, it can make it harder. Because I know I have my birthday in the fall, and there's a lot of family birthdays and holidays and stuff in the fall as well. So we're going to go ahead and dive into the points. I've got 5 points, okay? 5 points for you guys, and then I'll be out of your hair, and you already know we're going to have some tangents and some commentary and all of that. Feel free to chime in the comments as well. Oh, I did not know that, Yaz. I did not know that. I wonder if I do as well. I don't know if I would say I do. It hasn't been diagnosed, but I definitely know for a fact my anxiety gets heightened in the fall and winter. Like anytime I have a major anxiety attack, it usually starts around September, like end of August into September, without fail, and throughout October and stuff. So that's why I said I was going to do the fasting in October, because it's really going to help me just get prepared, like be proactive. And speaking of which I forgot to announce, that if you want to fast with me in October, I'm going to be creating like documents and stuff to help guide you. I know some of you have already messaged me, texted me, and said you wanted to do it, but I will share that the last live of this month, whatever date that is. I think it might actually be is it next Thursday? Yeah, wow, next Thursday, the last Thursday of this month. Okay, so next Thursday, you will get the documents and whatnot, because starting October 1st to the 31st, if you can handle the whole month, then we're going to be fasting. Whole snack vibes, daily doll. I wish I knew how to do make. This is a 10-minute face beat, y'all. And my wig is kind of stringy. I'm not going to lie. So let me brush this real quick on live. We family. You already know how it is. I do not like the fall. I know it's so tough because I love fall. I love the weather. I love the holidays, my birthday, my son's birthday, all of that. But it's just like, I don't know. It can be tough. I feel like after the holidays, I don't like winter. I like fall. I don't like winter. After Christmas and New Year's, actually that time frame between Christmas to New Year's, it starts to get a little janky. And then after New Year's Day, it's like, this sucks. This really sucks. I pulled the brush out, okay, because that hair was bothering me. So the first point I have, because it's like, it's just not giving what it was supposed to give. I've been rocking this bob for a while though now, so I think I need to get a new one, which I do plan to. But anywho, so the points are, first and foremost, okay, recognize that being single does not take away from your values. So as women, we can really get caught up on relationships because we can place our value in it. It can make us feel like we mean more, we're worth more. Because think about it, like, typically speaking, and in some communities, this is stronger than others, depending on, you know, how you were raised and where you're from and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of us were raised to believe that having a man raises our stock. So whether your parents said that directly, like you need to get married and have a man so that your life is not a waste, or whether they alluded to it, or your community, not even just your parents or your household, but your community, your family, your friends, whether they alluded to it or they were direct about it, a lot of us are raised to believe like you need to have a man. You know what I'm saying? saying? In order for you to mean something, because it's like, how can I grow up and not have a man? Now, granted, a lot of us also have always wanted to be wives. Like, I know for me, there's never been a point in my life where I did not want to be a wife and I did not want to be a mother. That's why, even though how I got Christian wasn't favorable and how that all played out, I knew, like, okay, this is part of what I always wanted. I was built for this. Like, trust me, it gets hard. It's not a cakewalk. I ain't never gonna make it seem like a cakewalk, but it's like, you know what? I always wanted this. So I can't really imagine not being a wife, but at the same time, if it were to never happen, because let's be clear, marriage is not a promise, okay? It is not, never, and when I say it's not a promise, never does God say in his word that if you become a Christian or you follow me, I'm gonna get you a spouse. Like, it's not a promise. Now, God could have confirmed it to you that you will get married. It could be a personal promise or something like that, or a personal confirmation, but it is not a guarantee, because a lot of people feel like you're owed marriage, and we're not owed anything. Marriage is a gift, and even just looking at it like a gift, it makes you value your spouse more, because it's like, I don't even deserve you. Like, I was gifted you in my life. So the fact that I'm doing life with you right now, it's actually an honor, and I'm going to act accordingly. So for all my married folks, I'm sure you can attest to that, you know, because I've only been engaged. I haven't made it down the altar, but yeah. So needless to say, we were raised to believe that a lot of the time. And because that's stuck with us, when we get older, it's like, what is wrong with me? How come I'm not finding someone? So again, taking it back to that multi-dating point that I said, when you're getting rejection after rejection, or you're recruiting and it's like, this ain't working. Like, I thought you had promise and now the energy's shifting or whatever. It's like, you can really start to think, well, what is wrong with me? Like, I done dated like 20 dudes this year, and all of them have flopped. And when I say date, I don't mean sleeping with, I don't mean making them feel like they're in a relationship with you when they're not. I mean being forthright with the fact that you're multi-dating, and just going out, getting to know each other, you know, cooking dinner, doing little cute stuff like that, but you're not like a couple. You're not like practicing polyandry or nothing like that, you know. It's like, I'm just getting to know several people. So I've gotten to know like 20 dudes this year, and all of them flopped, and they're from all walks of life, all backgrounds, sometimes all ethnicities. Like, what in the world? Like, you can really start to think, is it me? Like, is it honestly me? Let me just think of myself. I think I have a later point about self-reflection. If I don't, then let me just go ahead and say, just in case, it's like, you do get to a point where you got to stop and think, like, all right, what am I doing? Do I need to change my strategy? Do I need to look elsewhere? Am I attracted to the wrong type? You know, like, dating changes so rapidly too, so it's hard to keep up. Like, I remember when I broke up with my ex-fiance, we were together for just shy of 2 years. And in that 2-year span, I was lost. I can't even imagine being with someone for the long haul, like 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And now you're out here again dating. Listen, times have changed, okay? Like, we can text now. we got Instagram, you know, we got YouTube Live. Like, a lot has changed. So if you're really out here trying to figure it out, it could be tough, but it's like, what am I doing wrong? You know, what am I messing up? So an example of like how women, whether inadvertently or obviously, have been raised to think that a man raises our stock is like, I don't know if you guys, which I'm pretty sure you have ever heard in conversation, your mom or your aunts or any woman in your life, heck, maybe even one of your friends, or you said this, but it's like something to the effect of, let's say it's a woman that dates a lot, or she's in and out of relationships, not even dating, she's in and out of relationships, and every 4 months she's like, this is my king, I found my king. And you're like, she can't even keep a man, what's wrong with her? You know, like, she going from man to man, what's the problem with her? What's wrong with her? Like, those kind of things. And so as a little girl, hearing that can make you think subconsciously, like, okay, if she can't keep a man, that means something is wrong with her. Like, something is intrinsically wrong with the woman that can't seem to keep a man. Because obviously, if nothing was wrong with her, she would have a successful relationship, type of thing. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. Okay, yes, come on, note taker. Yes, recognize that being single does not take away from your value. Hey, Rhoda, nice to see you. I'm glad that you're able to join. And if you hear my son, don't mind him, because he's doing something right now and doing the most. But nevertheless, you know, we're raised to either get that kind of communication inadvertently, or we're told that, like, you gotta grow up. Hey, Desiree, I haven't seen you in a minute. How you doing, sis? And I'm glad you like the red lip. It's fall, so we're going darker now, even though you guys will definitely still see some pinks, because I love pink. But needless to say, you will definitely think that something's wrong with me. Or in some cultures, like I know in Caribbean culture, especially the older generations, like nowadays it's getting a little bit more secular or contemporary, whatever, even though it still is definitely a couple of years behind in this area. But you're expected to grow up and get married. It's like, especially after a certain age, if you pass the age, I would say of like 25, 26, 27, excuse me, and you're still single, then people are like, what is wrong with you? Like, you must be out here wilding, living a loose life. Something must be wrong, because if you were a wife, somebody would have wifed you by now, type of thing. And I've heard other people from other cultures say the same thing, where it is expected, like, for you to complete your life as a woman, you must have a husband. So if you don't have a husband, something's wrong. Like I said, they're coming a far way with that, but they still got ways to go depending on the generation that you're talking to and whatnot. But all of that can really place too much value on a relationship to the point where you feel like something is wrong with you, and obviously I need to be fixed. Something needs to happen. I'm good. I've been in hibernation. It's all good, sis. I totally understand. And yes, Alicia does have a podcast, guys. Feel free to drop that podcast title in the chat. You could drop the link, but it's not going to be clickable in the replay, I think. But needless to say, that's point number one. So point number one, again, is first and foremost, recognize that being single does not take away from your value. So point number two is, if you're currently in a relationship, pretty much know, and you pretty much know that the relationship has run its course, but you're struggling with ending the relationship for fear of being single, understand that you can have another connection with someone else. I know that was a mouthful, but basically, don't stay in a situation, and this is for people, because I've had conversations with people recently, so that's why I threw this in there. Don't stay in a situation where it's like, I know this ain't the guy for me. I know it. Like, I could feel it deep down inside. I know that I'm wasting my time. I know that I'm settling, but I'd rather be with somebody than be single, because all you're going to end up doing is, one, overstaying your time and entertaining someone that you probably had no business entertaining in the first place. And two, you have to realize that we were made to connect with people. Like, we're made to form bonds, form connections, form some sort of camaraderie with people. I mean, think about it. Like, there's probably someone across the world right now in Dubai that if you met them, y'all would probably be in love at first sight. Like, but you just don't know them. There's probably someone in Switzerland right now that if you guys met, you would be swept off your feet and be like, oh my goodness, like, this is the guy for me. And I can't believe that I haven't met you before, So, and honestly, think about the times where you broke up with an ex, right? Or you're with an ex and you're like, I've invested so much time. I don't want to let this go. Like, I really love him. He's the one for me. How am I ever going to feel this way again? And then what happened? You got in another relationship and you felt that way, or even better again, So it's like, you might be even dealing with that right now. You might have been in a relationship. I think that's point number three. So I'm not going to get too deep into it, but nevertheless, you're going to have another connection. So never stay with someone for fear of being single, because we always, in the moment, it feels like we're never going to get past it. In the moment, it feels like, I don't want to go through this again. Especially, again, you've been dating for a while. You're going on dates. You're getting to know people. You're online dating, okay, and you're swiping left, you're swiping right. You're like, I'm tired of swiping. Please be the reason why I delete this app so I can just get on with my life. Honestly, dating is very tiring. It's fun, but it can also be very tiring. It just depends on where your mind is at and like what you got going on in life and stuff like that, or who you're actually dating and getting to know. But it honestly can be like, okay, we're still dealing with this. Like, I'm still dealing with the same thing. And so when you find someone who's halfway decent, you can end up settling because you're like, you know what? He makes me laugh. And, he can hold a conversation. Like, listen, finding someone who can hold a conversation these days, it'll make you settle. It'll make you settle. You know how many guys I give a chance to way past what I should have, like, entertained them for, 3, 4, 5, 6 months just because he can hold a conversation. Like, listen, a conversation these days is hard to come by. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. Like, he's not just hitting you with the WYD text or the good morning, beautiful, and nothing else, or asking you what you up to or whatever. Like, he's actually really conversing with me. He's actually really asking me questions, and we're having dialogue and stuff. That will make you settle in a heartbeat, okay? Because some men, they know that angle, and they know, like, if I can work on this and perfect this, then I can really keep her around, because then she'll be hooked. Like being mentally stimulated, and not only I haven't only settled for a man who can hold a conversation. I settled for a man who can hold intellectual conversation, because holding a conversation is one thing, making me laugh, keeping the conversation going, whatever, but actually stimulating my mind. It's like, oh my gosh, like I'm actually thinking, I'm actually using this thing called a brain. Like, this is nice. I haven't done this in a while, not with the opposite sex, at least, So it can really make you settle, because even though he can have intellectual conversation or decent conversation, he can just not be a match. He can be really rude. He can be a player. Like, there's so many different things that you have to put into consideration. I'm slipping on my note-taking job. I have to hop off though. I'll leave you on, but have to step away. No problem, sis. Please be the reason I delete this app. Okay. Like, I'm sick and tired. I am sick and tired. So do not fear singleness and stay in something that's past your time, because all you're going to end up doing is being more resentful at the end of the day. You're going to be like, I can't believe I wasted a year on this Bama. Like, I wasted 2 years. I wasted a year and a half or whatever. Like, I should have let this go. Because you be knowing, y'all. You be knowing, like, that intuition is so deep. I've had serious moments in dating where my intuition was so strong that something was up, but I had no hardcore evidence. So I just had to go with the flow, and I'm doing my digging and stuff on my part, but I just literally can't find anything based on what I have access to and whatnot. And then lo and behold, weeks and months later, that intuition was right. Like, that feeling just be so strong. So I know something is up, but I can't pinpoint it, and I can't accuse you because I don't have any evidence, but it just be burning inside. Like, I know that is the worst, because then it's like, dang, I wasted like 5 months with you just because I didn't have hardcore evidence, or because I settled for something that's hard to come by. Oh my gosh, yes, that is everything. A good conversation. Okay, sis, like, listen, a good conversation will have me like, he ain't even that cute, but you know what? Like, let me talk to him. Like, yeah, he kind of gets on my nerves, but that conversation though, like, what? I hate being at dinner or on a date anywhere with silence. That awkward silence is bad. Like, if I could be near you and we could be silent and it's not awkward, that's one thing. But if it's silent and it's like, man, I gotta say something. Like, I don't know what he's thinking. What is he doing? Like, I don't know. I need to break this. That's not a good look. That's not a good look at all. So point number 2, as a reminder, is basically, if you're currently in a relationship and you know that relationship has run its course, it's time for you to go, then let that person go. Don't let the fear of singleness keep you around. Because I also know people, before I move to point 3, I have friends and I know people who stay in things because they don't like being alone. Like, they talk a good game when it comes down to it. They're like, oh yeah, I'll be single. It ain't nothing. Like, I'll enjoy time with myself. But there's a level of codependency there where it's like, I gotta be with somebody, because if I'm not with somebody, then what am I doing? They would actually be out here doing the absolute most to keep a relationship, downright building a man like Build-A-Bear, just like, and I'm not saying that you can't work with the dude, because trust and believe, like, when I find a guy for me, I have no problems helping him build or get to his goals or whatever, because I don't expect people to come perfect. But there's levels to this, like, there's a difference if you're literally taking him from clay and molding him and whatnot. Only you are not the potter, okay? Like, that's God. Leave that to God. Let go with God. Don't try to be the potter and he's the clay and all that. No, let God fix him, okay? You just come along and you help execute or give some insight or whatever the case may be. So point number 3, excuse me. If dealing with the recent breakup, love on yourself hard and affirm yourself. So while you're going through your breakup, that is not the time that you just want to be crying with the blinds closed, don't want to talk to anybody 24/7. Now, I'm not saying don't grieve, don't go through your emotions, because I'm a huge advocate for being real about how you feel. Don't be around here with the fake positivity and, oh, it don't matter, like, I'm good, and all of that kind of stuff. And then you go home and you're literally, you can't even cross the threshold without bawling your eyes out. Like, be honest. Okay, I am hurting. I thought this was going to go somewhere. He was telling me one thing and doing another, whatever the case may be, but keep it moving. Like, the whole point of going through it is to keep it moving, because you're going through it. You can't get stuck there. Like, don't get stuck in that heartbreak. Don't get stuck in that breakup. Don't get stuck in your mind, because an idle mind is truly the devil's workshop, and he's going to emphasize and magnify those thoughts that you have to make you feel like it's true. So those thoughts where you're like, I'll never find anybody else. Now you're going to really believe that. No one's ever going to really love me. You're going to really believe that. I'll never have a connection like that. You're going to believe that. Granted, you'll never have that connection, but you will, like I said, have a connection with somebody. You don't know everybody in the world. You haven't met every man in the world. Every man's not the same, and sometimes it can be very frustrating because you put your all into somebody and then you're like, I'm not going to ever love again. Like that song by Shy, If I Ever Fall in Love Again, you're like, I'm never going to do it. And trust me, I done been there where I'm like, I'm probably not going to get married. Let me just live my single life, do me, be a mentor and an example to other single women out there. And sometimes I still have that thought, because I really do believe I'm a wife, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, God, is marriage honestly in your plan for me? I really do believe that it is. But like I said, that doubt sets in and then you start to think different things or whatever. But regardless of whether it is or it isn't, I'm still going to live my life on purpose. I'm still going to keep it moving. If any of the guys that I'm getting to know now, especially the one in particular, don't tend to work out, then guess what? You replace the roster and you start again. But you got to, honestly, it's like a mindset shift. You got to really see it as like, it's nothing wrong with me. That just wasn't the person for me. But you also got to be careful what you invest into a relationship and how far you let things go. Because if you let things go past where you really wanted them to go, that's when it becomes harder, because it's like, I said I wasn't going to do that. And here I am doing it, or I did it and it didn't work out. And so now I feel like really dumb because I let my guard down and I did this and I did that. And I'm stuck with this consequence and that consequence. So it's like, cry, grieve, do what you got to do. But yes, come on, live my life and right to a mindset shift. Exactly, Yasmin. But it's like, cry, grieve, do what you got to do, but please don't stop living. Now some people, I've heard the saying and I've seen this and I've lived it. The best way to get over an ex is to get you a new man. Listen, I ain't going to say it doesn't work now. It does make you feel good in the moment, but the problem is that you can end up in a rebound relationship and then it can just end up escalating. So I do think, though, that going out, meeting people, making friends, having conversation can really make you feel good. And I think it helps to have friends of the opposite gender as well. Just because they can help to reaffirm you. Because it's one thing when you go through a breakup and you call your girlfriends, and of course they're gonna be like, girl, you're a queen, forget him, he's a bum, he's a lame, like this is not the third. But it's different if you have a male confidant, a male friend, not someone who's trying to holler at you, but someone that's actually really like, you know what, I'm a friend. And I want to reaffirm you. It feels different coming from a man. Like, you honestly need connection with both people, just to make you get the best out of life, in my opinion, and out of relationships. I hope the current situation continues to go well. Me too, sis. Because listen, I'm ready to put my dating card away. I've been in this dating game for almost 20 years. Sis is tired. Okay, like I am tired. And especially because when you get a glimpse of like, okay, I'm gonna get married. Like, this is the person for me. And it doesn't work out. It's like, dang, God, like, I got to be back in the ghetto again. Like, no, it's really tough. It took me a long time to get over my ex-fiance. And like I had said on my Q&A, I believe, because it was my Q&A, because someone had asked me if I could reconcile with any ex, who would it be? And I said it would be him. Not that I really want to go back to him, but, just in hindsight, it's like he really got me on a level that a lot of guys just don't get me. And we had a bond that is really hard to replicate. So I know in point 0.3, I think it was, or 0.2, I said, if you're in a current relationship, don't be afraid of being single, because you'll find another connection. You will, but even just hearing me talk right now, it's like, you'll never find that connection, but you can still value it for what it was and say, you know what, I got to feel something that a lot of people didn't get to feel. If it was a genuinely good relationship and you guys just grew apart. Now, if he's raggedy and he's no good, sis, leave him. Okay. It's better for you to be single, honestly. So having friends of the opposite gender, yes. Now, if you're married, of course, like, be respectful and all that. But if you're single, like, have a couple. For me, I have an older brother. that honestly was like a third parent because he's almost 15 years older than me. So a lot of his friends are like my confidants in different ways. They're like other older brothers in my life. So I grew up around a lot of brothers. I have a lot of bros, you know? And so that see me as a genuine younger sister because they know some have known me since I was born. Some have known me since a really little girl or whatever. So, you know, I've been around men in hindsight, behind closed doors. I've been around their conversations, how they think, how they see life. So, you know, I've been around men of all walks, Christian men, street men, you know, ratchet men, classy men. It don't matter. Like I've been around all types, and I've done a lot of dating. But excuse me, but it can be hard sometimes to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna let this go. But anyways, I understand that the reconnection can definitely be a struggle for sure. It's like, dang, like that was such a great connection. But nevertheless, it's like if you're dealing with the breakup, you need to affirm yourself. You need to go out. And if you are going to be dating, just be honest. Be honest. Like honesty is what goes a long way. And honesty and communication is what's lacking in a lot of relationships, particularly in dating. If you're upfront, nobody could be mad about that. I'm a very upfront person. I've gotten into arguments with people about how upfront I am because they're just like, oh, you didn't have to say it like that. You didn't have, I'm not rude, but I'm not going to shuck and jive and keep you, you know, guessing. Like it is what it is. This is where I'm at. This is how I feel. This is what I want. This is what my expectations. Like, let's just be honest. Life is too short to be doing the whole song and dance. You know, like, what do you want? How do I fit into your life? Are you trying to wife me? Are you trying to just have a fun, you know, fun time girl? Are you trying to have a friend? Like platonic? What do you want? Let me know so I can play my position. You know, the whole lying and stuff pisses me off because it's like, we're literally wasting precious time that we can't get back, you know? So if you don't see me like that, that's fine, but just be honest. And as a woman, you want to do the same thing. Like even if he's shucking and jiving and stringing you along, you don't do that to him. Be honest and carry yourself accordingly. So if you say, like, say you meet a guy and he's like, oh, I like you, I want to date you, this, that, the third. Sorry, on my throat. And you're like, you know what? I'm dealing with the breakup, you know, the remnants of that. I really don't want to hop into a serious relationship right now, but I don't mind kicking it with you, like going to the movies, hanging out. Like I do want male companionship right now, but I don't want it in a relationship where like I have to tend to a guy and commit to a guy and do all of that. I just really want to be around male energy because it is healthy. It is healthy. Like I don't want to be around women all the time, you know? And honestly, as a single, I don't know if I have a video about this, but now that I'm talking about it, I might do it. But it's like how to get attention in public or get approached by a guy when you're single. Because if you're always surrounded by women, sis, you're doing yourself a disservice. I love my sisters. I love my sisterhood, but I'm trying to get a man. So unless you're going to hook me up with your cousin, your uncle, depending on his age or something, like I got to get away from the women for a time and get around some men. It's just how it is, you know? Yes, let me know. Let me know so I can know what I'm doing, okay? Just be honest about the casting. Come on, sis. That's it. Let me know which part of the cast I've fallen. Am I the main character? Am I an extra? You know, am I supporting cast? Like, what am I doing? I want to know so I can carry myself accordingly and I don't have to, you know, invest my energy and my time and my emotions. Because the thing about me is like, I don't really let my guard down out the gate. So by the time I start letting my guard down and I realize it was a bunch of malarkey, I get so irritated. It's like, dang it. Like, and then it's like another wall goes up, you know, and it's not good, but it's like, well, we just gonna have to tighten this up like Fort Knox, you know, and then the next guy, it's like, you know, I'm gonna have to wait a little longer. Like I gave the last guy a month and a half. I'm gonna have to give you 2 months, 2.5 months to see what you're really about. Okay, that didn't work out. I'm gonna have to give you 3 months. Like, you know, because it's just like, I just cannot do it. I'm still here, sis, just getting some work done, but I'm still here. Okay, no problem. I'm glad you're still listening and you're still here. Hopefully this is helping y'all. You know, I wish this was like Instagram where you could give some hearts or whatever, but if it's helping y'all, let me know in the comments. But needless to say, affirm yourself. So sometimes that might look like, honestly, I suggest this, not even sometimes, I suggest this all the time. Get in front of the mirror in the morning, night, whatever, and say things over yourself, whether you want them to be scripture-based, whether you want them to just be from the heart, but let them be affirming, like, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. This is where I'm going to work on those affirmation cards and sell it. It's probably going to be out next year, y'all. Maybe if I do it in time for Christmas, it'll be out, but who knows? But nevertheless, affirm yourself. Like, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm a daughter of the Most High. I'm a queen. I wear my crown proudly. You know, I value doesn't beg. Faith doesn't worry. I have faith that I'm going to meet my king. I am a wife. Any man will be honored to have me. You are this, you are that. Like, start naming your characteristics. Like, what are your top 3 to 5 things you honestly really love about yourself? I love a lot of things about myself, so I can honestly name like 20 to 40 things I love about myself. But it took me time to get there because I had to journal it. I had to sit down and think and really think, like, what do I love about me? Not just what I have or what I've accomplished, but what does Rondelle love about Rondelle intrinsically, characteristic wise, like all of that. And I made a list of 50 things, I think, in one of my notebooks around here. I made a list of 50 things, 50. Took me like an hour and a half to think of it because after I hit about 15, I was kind of stuck. But I was like, you know what? I really do love some me. Like, and sometimes you got to remind yourself of that because, again, in dating, and I said this in the video on Tuesday, as women, we tend to put our all into that man. I want to make sure he's good. I want to make sure that, he's feeling great. I want to make sure he's affirmed. Are you affirming yourself? Better yet, is he affirming you? Because if he's not affirming you, get a trash bag and get rid of that. Like, I'm sorry, but you got to affirm me. I need the reassurance. I need to know, like, if I'm having a bad day, be like, babe, you're so beautiful, or babe, you're so smart, or man, I just really admire this. Like, can you reassure me, sir? Let me know what you love about me. Like, come on now. I can't be the only one telling you. Tell me I'm beautiful. Tell me I'm smart. Something. Like, give me something to work on. Same to work. Was supposed to leave at 12:30 yet. Oh my gosh, I'm done. I'm obsessed with myself. Listen, okay, Rondelle loves some Rondelle, but my top things I love about myself, for instance, so you can even start thinking about this. Like, start thinking about it. If you have not done this exercise, do it. Like, I challenge you to do it tonight or tomorrow. What do you love about yourself? Top 10 things. I'm gonna push you. Write your top 10 things you love about yourself. If you can make it to 50, challenge yourself and write down 50 things. Again, not your accomplishments, not how many degrees you got, where you work, none of that. You as a woman intrinsically. But my top 3 things, I love my empathy. I am so empathetic, y'all. It can be a curse at times too, because I can really feel things to an extreme. Then my anxiety kicks in. But I love the fact that I have that gift that I can honestly feel with people. Like, I can know you for 10 minutes and it's like we have a bond so deep. It's like, you're my best friend now. Like, we're best friends, just like me. I love my tenacity. It does not matter who knocks me down, who talks trash about me, what life throws at me, who or what might try to come against me. I am going to rise from the ashes. I'm going to stand up, brush myself off, and come back better than ever. It's like that meme that says, if you throw me to the wolves, I'll come back leading the pack, or something like that. That's me. Like, you might throw me to the wolves, you might cast me out, but I'm going to come back leading the pack, and you're going to be shook in awe. Like, wow, okay, she should have been knocked down. She should have been knocked out, counted out, but here I am. Hey, hey friend, how are you? And the third thing I love about myself, I got a big heart. I love so hard, y'all. Like, and that's the hardest part about being single sometimes too. It's like, I want someone to unleash all this love onto, that knows how to receive it, that knows how to take it, that values it and returns it back to me like 10 times, full, and it's not null and void and whatnot. Like, someone come take all this love. I'm spilling over with love. I got to give this love to somebody. Like, I'm loving on my family. I'm loving on my son. I want to love on a boo. I want to love on my king. I love that. And honestly, I love my faith too. This should have been number one. I love my faith in God and my relationship with God, because it's like, we are so tight. Like, it's beyond religion. It's beyond orthodoxy or whatever. Like, this is really just, we homies. Like, he knows me, he gets me. We here. So I love that. That's 4 things. But I'm gonna stop before I keep going. And y'all like, okay, sis, I love God and must love his creation. Period, sis. Trash bag. Take an entire trash bag. Come on, words of affirmation. That's my second strongest love language. My first one is acts of service. But if you affirm me, okay, if my future husband is watching this replay, let me give you some game real quick. If you want to win me over, acts of service. So be there when I need you. Okay. Anticipate my needs, pay attention to what I say, and actually come through with your acts, with your physical acts, and affirm me. You do those 2 things. Listen, you got me. Like, this is the palm of your hand. That's me right there. So you got me right there. That's some free game. Okay. Cause I don't be spitting game left and right. So if you out there, put that in your back pocket. So point number 3 is, if dealing with a recent breakup or any sort of disappointment in dating, I'm not even just going to say a breakup, you're just tired, whatever, and you feel like something's wrong with you or it's a breakup, affirm yourself and love on yourself hard. Like, spoil yourself. Do what you like to do. If you like to go shopping, treat yourself to a shopping day. You like to go to the spa, take yourself to the spa and give yourself star treatment. If you like to travel, book a hotel room or Airbnb somewhere and spoil yourself, sis. Do the works, you know? Like, if you like to get your hair done, go do that. Whatever it is you like to do, love on yourself hard, affirm yourself verbally, or speak over yourself, look yourself in the eye in the mirror and tell yourself who you are. And then what you could also do, because I've done this as well, record a voice note on your phone that you are speaking to yourself. Like, Rondelle is this, Rondelle is that, you are this, you are that, you know, and just play it when you feel down and remind yourself of that boss chick, that bomb chick that you are. Point number 4. Oh, and also another reason why you want to remind yourself of who you are is because, like I said, if you have settled in your last relationship or you're settling in dating, so you just taking anybody, as long as he got 2 legs and a heartbeat, you talking to him and it's still not working out, you need to remind yourself of who you are so that you can raise your mentality to understand that you deserve more than what you're settling for. Because there's an underlying issue as to why you're settling. And you got to get to the bottom of that. What is it? Are you desperate? Do you feel like your time is running out? Do you feel like God doesn't have your back? Do you feel like there isn't a man out there that's going to understand you? Have you never experienced someone loving you and honestly loving all of you? You know, get to the bottom of that. Okay, so point number 4. Get a life, sis. Get a life and dive into purpose. I didn't mean to come for your edges like that, but seriously, like I had mentioned earlier, boredom, or did I mention this earlier? No, I said an idle mind is the devil's workshop, but boredom is also the devil's workshop. Like they say, you know, it's like an idle mind is the devil's workshop, or idle hands are the devil's handiwork. Like, when you are bored, you will be surprised how mischievous you get, how conniving you get, how foolish you get, because you're just like, I'm bored. Like, I will do anything to not be bored right now. And you will be surprised how many relationships are birthed out of boredom. Like, seriously, 2 people, they meet, they're bored, they don't really have anything else going on in their lives. They're attracted enough to each other. Maybe they cross that line sexually. And so they're like, this is amazing, you know? And now you're falling in love with that person and you're spending all your time together. And it's like, wow, this is so great. I'm not bored anymore. I'm getting attention. I'm getting text messages. I'm getting that good, you know? I'm getting all these things. And then you wake up from the fairy tale 2 months later, 3 months later, and you're like, why am I dating you? Like, we don't really vibe. Like, you are actually really annoying. You're really explosive. You are really immature. You know, you are not faithful. I'm finding other girls' numbers in your phone. Like, or you just get that inkling, like I said, that strong inclination, that intuition is kicking in heavy and overdrive, because I've been there. And then it came to like confirmation weeks or months later. I'm like, that's why I was feeling that way. But you feel like you're crazy and you're just like, why am I feeling this way? Like, there's really no reason to, but I just can't shake it. You know, you have to be occupied. Do not allow yourself to get bored. Seriously, don't do it, sis. Don't do it. There's too much to do in your life. Your life was meant for so much more than just being bored and waiting for a man, a Prince Charming, to come on your doorstep. You know, think of all the things you could be doing. Y'all know I talk about purpose a lot on this channel and on my platforms. What is your purpose? Do you know why God created you? And your purpose can change. It's multifaceted. Like, I'm not saying you got to find the end all be all. Didn't I do a video on purpose? No, I did. Yeah, I did a video on God's plan. Like, can you mess up God's plan for your life? And I did like 2 or 3 videos on purpose. So search my channel, you'll find them. But, you know, it's ever changing. It's not linear. It's not like I got to find like, what is the meaning of love? type of thing. Like, it's not like that, but it's like, what am I supposed to do in this season? God, like, what do you need me to do in this season? Where should I go? Who should I be talking to? What should be occupying my time? If you know what your assignment is in the season, are you doing it? Or have you fumbled the ball because you're worried about whether Derek or Brian is going to hit you back up? It's like, you know, are you working on your purpose though? Because there's people waiting on you. Okay. There's people whose breakthrough is attached to your purpose, but you sitting here worried about that text that Brandon didn't send you. Okay. You sitting here worried about where Brian is at and who he's talking to and whatnot. Like, granted, I get it. Your emotions are involved. Like, you want this to work out. You're tired of being alone. You're like, come on, take me off the market. But tap back into that purpose, because I don't know about you guys, but when I have things going on, You can't tell me nothing, okay? And not only can you not tell me nothing, but I'm so much more confident. I'm like, I'm busy. I'm booked and busy, boo. Okay, you want to talk to me? You got to get in line. Take a number. Okay, I got a meeting at 9. I got a video to tape at 11. I got a live stream at 12:45. I'm gonna work out after that, and then I'm gonna go do this, and I'm gonna go grocery shopping. And I'm gonna take my son out, and then I'm gonna meet up with my homegirls. Like, so I mean, I could hang with you, but you got to come all the way correct. Like, you're not gonna bow down and kowtow as fast when you actually have something going on. When you're bored, that man could hit you up at 1 a.m. knowing good and well that's a time where ain't nothing wholesome is going to be happening at 1 a.m. You ain't about to be doing Bible study at 1 a.m., sis, okay? He's not about to lay hands and prophesy over your life at 1 a.m. And so now he's hitting you up, and you like, dang, I am so bored, man. Like, all right, I'm going to go over. And you go over, and you entertain a clown, like Pastor R.C. Blakes calls them. If you guys don't know him, he has two YouTube channels, really good content. But he calls them clowns and crowns. So you go over to that clown in the crown's house, and you're entertaining him, and you sit in there, and even when you get there, you're like, this guy is such a lame. Like, I'm finna walk out right now because he's so lame. But dang, if I walk out, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna be bored, and I'm gonna be watching Netflix and this and that. Yeah, I'm done, Kendall. I see your comment. But wait, before I get to that, yeah, staying focused on your purpose helps so much, Daily Doll. And I'm married, but it helps me not to get lost in the sauce, period. Because that purpose is going to keep it's a lifeline of your life. Nothing open but legs in hospitals. Legs in hospitals, okay? Because he ain't about to prophesy over your life. He's definitely not about to give you a word. He's not about to pray for you. He's not about to do any of that. You already know what time it was, okay? And if you're not trying to do that, don't play yourself. Like, don't play yourself, like Barbara Christ says. So it's like, you go over there because you're bored. And you're looking at him, you're like, man, he's a clown. Like, he's so lame, but I'd rather be with the lame than be on board. And now you sacrifice and you do something. Maybe, you compromise on what you wanted to do in the first place. Because like we said, ain't nothing open but legs. Or maybe it doesn't go there, but maybe you're just like, man, he's so whack. And, now you find yourself spending money because maybe he might be like, oh, let's go to IHOP. And, good and well, you got a bill due. But here you are spending your bill money to go to IHOP with the lame because you don't want to be bored. Versus if you were in purpose, you'd be asleep at 1 a.m. because your day was busy. You had things going on. So at 1 a.m., it's like, sorry, sir, like, you're going to have to come with a plan. You can't just hit me up. And that's common. Like, all my singles, I know y'all can relate. Because these dudes nowadays, it's like planning a date is like taboo. Like, they really just want to come over. No, I don't. Like, I really don't. I made guys come outside and talk to me on the driveway. I might stop by from your neighborhood doing Uber Eats or whatever, but you're going to talk to me in this parking lot, in this driveway or whatever. Like, I'm not going in your house. It's just, you wanted to see me. So you either see me on the driveway or you can see me on a Zoom call or a Google Duo call or whatever. You can book an appointment or whatever, because I'm not about to just be in your house. Because the minute you step foot in this house, it's over from that point on. Like, I'm not going to say he's never going to plan a date because every guy's different. I've been in situations where it's like, okay, I went to his house first and he did end up like taking me out and stuff. But oftentimes, especially the dudes I'm running across in recent years, it's like, once you step foot, oh, I got her. She's in my web. Now I don't have to plan a date. And it's just like, oh, we don't have to go out. Why don't you just come over and watch a movie? I cook this and that. The movie going to be watching you, sis. So it's like, dive into purpose. Read your Bible. Don't play yourself. Dive into purpose and stop being bored. Because I guarantee you, if you get busy in purpose and in conquering your dreams and your passions and learning new skills and stuff, you ain't even really going to be thinking about a relationship. It's not that the desire is going to completely go away, but you're going to find yourself like, why was I so pressed? Like, because you don't have the time. You're busy. You're working out. You're chasing your purpose. You're helping other people. You're doing what you got to do. When I'm on my A game, a relationship is always there. Because like I said, I desire marriage, but it doesn't weigh as heavy on me because it's like, I'm too tired to care. I'm too tired. Like, I need sleep. I don't need a date. I need to get in my bed. Like, that's the thing that I need right now. So I don't need to talk to you right now, sir. I'm less bothered if I don't have someone calling me because I'm looking at the back of my eyelids. My eyes are closed. I'm snoring. I'm having a good night's rest. I'm getting my beauty rest. It's hard being beautiful. Okay. Like, it's hard work, but seriously though, it's like, you're just not as bothered. So, even if I am talking to a guy, and this is a hack, which I have other videos coming up on this, so I'm trying not to get all away because there's so much I can say about all these things I'm saying. But it's like, if I'm talking to a guy or you're talking to a guy and you feel like he's pulling away, just like literally you pull away, mirror his energy. get busy, dive into something. If you wanted to do a project, if you've been like, oh, I want to launch this thing with my business, or I want to do this or that, the third, start that project, pull away and just start it. And I guarantee you, after like a week, maybe two, you're not even going to notice that he's not calling or texting as much. He's honestly going to be like, dang, like, am I losing her? Yes, you are, sir, because you started slacking. And guess what I'm not going to do? Get got, okay? So I'm always 2 steps ahead. Stay woke, ladies, okay? Stay woke out here. But as much as I love love, like I said, as much as I can't wait to give all this love to my king one day. And I'm like, where are you at? I have so much love to give. Come on. It's like, I'm just going to keep diving into purpose because I truly love coming on here and talking to y'all. I truly love working in the family business with my mom and making recipe books and taking pictures. And I love this stuff. So it's like, when I'm doing this, I'm not as bothered, you know, but when I'm sitting idle and I have nothing else to do, I'm so like annoyed and just irritated and so many different things. Plus, spend time with your family and friends. Okay, so don't only get into your purpose and passions and stuff, but spend time with your family and friends, because we all know a lot of times when we get into relationships, we neglect the people closest to us. And some of that neglect is warranted because, I mean, like, you're just in a new relationship. You're going to want to get to know this guy on a deeper level. You're going to want to connect with him and make memories with him and do all this kind of stuff. But sometimes we go overboard with it, and it's like it's all about him. Like, we just want to be about him and around him all the time, to where like you don't spend any time with your friends, you don't spend any time with your family. And I have friends like that too. Okay, I've been on that receiving end where it's like, dang, like she must have a new boo because I haven't heard from her in months. You know, like she is consumed with old boy, even when it's supposed to be like a girl's day or anything like that. She's bringing him, and I'm like, why are you here? Like, you know, it's supposed to be girls' day. You're not supposed to be here because we're supposed to be talking about you. I'm kidding, low key, serious, but you know. But it's definitely one of those things where it's like, spend time with your family, spend time with those you love, spend time doing things you love. So that way you are more comfortable being single. You are okay being alone, because it's like, I got stuff to do. I got an agenda. I got a schedule. So my last point is, that's the last point. And this is important. Rid yourself of toxic friends or family members that are constantly belittling you about being single and or parading their relationships in front of you, knowing that it's a sore spot for you. So chances are you've talked to your closest friends. You might have talked to your mom and aunt, somebody or people close to you, and let them know, I'm really struggling with my singleness right now. Like, I'm really feeling like I'm worthless. I'm really feeling like I love my alone time. Yes, period. Okay. Alone time is everything, sis. Especially when I can really like treat myself and do things I love. It's everything. But, you know, chances are the people closest to you have an idea, or they know flat out that you are struggling in your singleness right now. And so if they take that knowledge and now they're like literally parading their relationship in front of you, that's a problem to me. Like, it's one thing to be excited in your relationship and to be like, I love this man, or I love this woman, and we're so happy and this and that. Like, the world needs to see love. We need to see examples of healthy relationships. But constantly rubbing it in my face every chance you get, I got to distance myself, because now you're taking me to a space where I'm starting to compare. I'm starting to covet. I'm in a bad mental space. I'm feeling like, what's wrong with me? Okay. Like, how come I don't have this? How come this person always gets this and that? And I'm going to let y'all know, a lot of the time when people are doing all that boasting and bragging and parading around, they're exaggerating it, or they're straight up lying. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've had friends tell me, oh, I got this going on, or I got that going on, or my man does this, my man does that. Oh, he's da 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 da. And come to find out, it ain't even popping like that. Like, it ain't even popping like that. Like, it's just, you find out the truth and you're like, wow, you be shook. Like, I can't believe they're living like this. You know, I can't believe they're actually dealing with this, because it's like, here I am questioning my whole worth, my whole value as a woman, as a human being, based on the lies that I'm being told. And they going through the fire, like they going through hell and back. You know, they not even compatible. You know, she's putting up with stuff that I would never put up with, you know? And so it's like, wow, I can't believe I wasted so much valuable time feeling down on myself based on lies, you know, and literally questioning my value and my worth and all of that based on lies. So it's like, when you have those people in your life, distance yourself from them. There ain't nothing like, it will make you depressed, especially because everybody has different seasons. You ain't always gonna be riding high on the hog and stuff. You're gonna have some struggle, you're gonna have some rainstorms, you gotta go through some fire, whatnot. But these people that I'm talking about, they present like they never go through storms, they never go through the fire. Like, life could not be better. Their spouse is just the bee's knees, their significant other is just the bee's knees. Like, what's an argument? What's a disagreement? What's a spousal problem? Like, what's that? We are just two peas in the pod, couldn't be better. And they're constantly rubbing it in your face. Distance yourself from that. Or family that's constantly belittling you about being single. So they're like, why are you single? Are you sure that you're not, doing this? Are you sure that you not doing that? Or maybe you should start doing this and start doing that. And, they're questioning your perspectives on things. They're questioning your lifestyle. They're questioning so many different things. It's like, why aren't you chose yet? Obviously, it's got to be something that you're doing. What's an argument, Yasmin? I know people like that. But at the end of the day, it's like they had egg on their face, because when the truth came out, it was like, you were really running around here boasting, excuse me, and making it seem like things just are amazing. Like, you just don't have any conflicts. Like, he loves you so well. He goes to work, makes all the money, pays all the bills, comes home, rubs your feet, rubs your back, cooks dinner, does the laundry, tucks the kids in, doesn't have to do anything. Whatever you ask for, you get. He brings you roses every other day. He's paying for weekend getaways. He is that dude. Like, he is Prince Charming. Prince Charming ain't got nothing on him. Period. Like, and you're sitting there as a single and you're like, dang, it really gets in your head, because the mind plays tricks on you. Inwardly, that these people are bluffing. Like, they're really blowing smoke up your behind, but your mind is telling you it's the truth. We really can be tricked by our minds to believe lies and things like that. And so now you're depressed. You're falling into anxiety. You're literally questioning your whole existence because of lies. Where they do that at, okay, I'm like, listen, if he really doing it like that, do they clone him? Does he have a twin brother or something? Because I have yet to see a man that really just gets it right across the board all the time. Like, it just doesn't happen. So what that ends up doing is it affects your mental state. So you have to put up barriers so that you don't start to covet, you don't start to compare, you don't start to feel like something is really wrong with you. Because what you don't want to do is allow yourself to wallow in self-pity and in those kind of negative mindsets and stuff. Like, allow yourself to feel, be honest about that, but don't allow it to get to a point where it's like you're stuck in that dark place. Because it's going to be really hard to get out of it, especially when you do find someone that is worthy of your time. And now he's got to deal with the fact that you allowed toxicity to penetrate your mental state and your mindset and all of that good stuff. I'm so big on purpose, and it's keeping you focused for sure. Exactly. Purpose is everything, So rid yourself of those toxic family members and friends. Like, protect your mental state, and just remember that they're probably embellishing. I have friends who literally, like I said, they used to boast about everything from the Rudy to the Tootie, about how much money they were making, how much they were saving, how great their man is. I mean, to the point where we could be talking about something completely different and they'll find a way to bring up their man. I could be like, yeah, it's been raining a lot lately. It has been raining a lot. And you know what? Derek really likes the rain because he says he sleeps better in it. And I'm just like, okay, that's great. Okay, so yeah, like, what are you going to eat for dinner? You said you have to cook dinner, right? I do have to cook dinner. But you know what? I really don't, because I forgot Derek cooked dinner last night, and he made this really great shrimp scampi. And whoo, girl, let me tell you, that boy can cook and this and that. So you sitting there, you're like, dang, like, I got to cook, and I ain't even eating shrimp. I'm eating chicken drumsticks. Ramen, like you going through the fire or something like that. So you're like, all right, let me change the topic. So then you're like, yeah, how's work been? Whatever, work's been stressful for me. And they're like, I know, right? Derek told me, like, work is so stressful for him too. And it's like, if you mention this guy's name one more time, I'm going to snap. But, I'm trying to be a friend. I know you're in love, but I don't care what Derek got going on. Like, at this point, we could throw hands. Like, if I hear Derek's name one more time, it's on site. I'm telling you, like, I'm done. I'm tired of hearing about him. Can't get a word in edgewise because they're always boasting about what Derek got going on. Derek this, Derek that, Derek. And then, honestly, if you're the type of person that does this, I wouldn't even advise it, because we be knowing when y'all are on the rocks, because now you're not mentioning his name as much. Now the Facebook posts have slowed down. Now we don't see him on Instagram. We're invested. You kept bragging about him. We want to know what happened. What happened? Like, are y'all still good or not? So it's like, don't be that person, because now we can pretty much tell when y'all going through it, when you're not going through it, when you're good. Like, don't do it. Leave a level of privacy in your relationship. Kendall, they just be a hot mess. I'm like, come on now. So those are all the points of how you can learn to be comfortable being single, or alone. So I'm going to name them again. So the first point is, first and foremost, recognize that being single does not take away from your value. And that point, basically, I just dove into the fact that as women, especially, we're raised to think that our value is attached to a man. Point number two is, if you're currently in a relationship, you pretty much know the relationship has run its course. Don't stay because of fear of being single. Like, you'll be okay. You'll have a connection with somebody else. Because remember the last time you thought you'll never love anyone like you did him, and look at you loving somebody else like you did him. Point number three is, if you're dealing with a recent breakup, love on yourself hard and affirm yourself daily. Every day, tell yourself something or some things that will help you get in the mindset that you're a queen. Fix your crown, okay? You are a queen. Point number four is, get a life, okay? Get a life. Get a social life. Dive into purpose. Dive into your passions. Hang out with your friends that you probably might have neglected when you were with that dude. Like, just get back to you. Because honestly, that makes you more attractive as well. I didn't mention this, but it makes you more attractive. When you have stuff going on, quality men are attracted to that. Men who complain about you having stuff going on ain't got nothing going on themselves. So they trying to ride on your back. They trying to literally be up on you all day long. The men that I've dated that had a problem with how busy my schedule can be, they didn't have anything else going on. They were pressed because it's like, dang, like, I'm here in the house bored all day. I want to talk to you. I want to video chat you. I want to see you. Come over. Let's Netflix and chill. And I'm like, I got stuff to do. I'm booked, busy, and blessed. Get into it, boo-boo. So, quality men ain't gonna mind. They're gonna be more attracted to that. Like, wow, she got something going on. We can bounce ideas off of each other. Like, her whole life isn't surrounded or centered around a man being in her life. Because that ain't cute. And you can tell, because when you're in a relationship and you start shifting and it's like all about him, that's when their energy changes. When you literally are like, I ain't got time for you right now, it's more attractive to them. And point number five is, rid yourself of toxic friends and family that are constantly belittling you or putting you down about your singleness, and they know it's a sore spot. If they don't know it's a sore spot, let them know. But if they still put you down after that, then they don't care. Like, they just want to basically boast and make themselves feel better. And always remember that 9 times out of 10, they're probably exaggerating something a little bit. If they boasting that much, they're probably exaggerating. So don't let it get you down. That part. Okay, Yasmin, you already know. So I hope these tips helped you out. Next Tuesday, what's next Tuesday's day? I don't even know. I think it's the 27th. So Christian has a dentist appointment that day. I don't know what time. I should be able to still schedule my live, not my live, because I'm not going live. I take the video. So I should be able to schedule my video for 12:45. I think I usually schedule it for. And that I'm going to be talking about why you need to stop being so nice and start saying no more often. Okay, so stop being a doormat. Stop being really nice and saying yes all the time. And this stemmed from a conversation I had with a close friend. So I'm excited about that video. And then next Thursday, like I said, I'm going to give you guys the fasting guidance and stuff. So if you want to join me to fast for all of October, part of October, whatever, then you guys will get that guidance. And I'm going to try to make a printable. I'm trying to step my game up because, like, Obedience Podcast, they be doing printables. Hold on, Christian, what? Okay, go call Auntie. See what I got to deal with? This is too much. I need a studio. But it's like Obedience Podcast, they be coming up with printables, and they are on point with that. I'm like, man, this is great, and Yasmin's editing skills are amazing. So I started taping my videos with my camera, y'all. I'm so proud of myself. I started taping it on my Canon M50. So that's why the last video, the quality was like bad out, but now I just got to get editing software. So we're moving up. We're stepping up because I was using my phone for almost 2 years. And now I'm ready for better quality because y'all just be out here killing it. So you're going to see better quality. Leave my baby alone. Come get your baby. You're welcome, sis. I'm glad you enjoyed this live. Come get your nephew because I'm tired. Okay. I need a vacation, like just by myself. I can't wait for the new year to take my solo trip. I need to buy me a new camera. The Canon M50 is great. I actually got it refurbished on the Canon site for $303. I wish I would have bought like 10 if it was $3 and resold it. But I got it for $350. Half the price, and I got it refurbished, and it has no problems at all. I got it with the lens kit and everything. It has no problems, and it was half the price because the brand new price is like $700. Ain't nobody got time. Your videos are great. Thanks, sis. I used my phone for the longest. Yeah, like it's so convenient. It's like, man, I gotta edit on the laptop and stuff. I need a vlogging camera. Ooh, yes, because you be vlogging. I'm not at that level yet. Honestly, like I love the fact that you incorporate vlog clips into your videos because it like takes us on the journey with you. Y'all gonna get me sitting in this good old chair, okay, and giving y'all what I need to say. And if you get a vlog, you get a vlog. That's it. But I do need to get a vlog camera for when I do decide to do vlogs because the phone can be annoying just to hold it and stuff like that. So I'm gonna step it up. We're gonna step it up. We're gonna see some increase around here. I love your videos, straight, genuine advice. Oh, thank you guys. Don't make me cry now. Don't make me cry on this live. But I love y'all and I love doing these lives. I'm super excited for this dating series because I got so much tea to spill and so many examples to use, y'all. So keep me in prayer with dating in these streets because it is treacherous out here. It is so treacherous. And I'm just trying to get off this dating scene. I'm tired. Wait, what is the difference between a vlogging camera and a regular one? So the vlogging camera tends to be a wider angle. Like that would be like an 11-22 lens, whereas this is like a 15-45 millimeter. So it just gives you like more depth, that kind of thing. Which you could vlog. I mean, I vlogged on that and it came out pretty decent, but then the vlogging cameras are lighter weight too. This is like better for stationary, which like I said, you could hold it, but yeah, like a GoPro, that would be like a good vlogging camera. That's also somewhat affordable. Yes, I love Yaz new video style. You all have your own specialties. Yes, Yaz be on it. Like for real, for real. Vlogging cameras are lightweight and easier to carry around. Yeah, exactly. You know, the bigger ones, which just is pretty lightweight. Like I said, like if you just want one camera to start, I highly suggest the Canon M50 and get it refurbished, but you got to get it quick because they go like hotcakes on the Canon site because it's half the price when it's refurbished and it's good quality. But it's a good starter camera. You can take good pictures with it. You can take good video clips with it. You could transfer video and pictures straight to your phone because that's what I did with the last video. I taped on this because I don't have editing software yet on my laptop, and then I transferred it wirelessly to my cell phone and I edited it in InShot. So it's good for vlogging. You can even do 4K. I haven't used 4K on it. I don't really need to right now. But yeah, it's a good starter camera and it really does like what you need it to do, especially if you're a talking head channel primarily. That's what I have, Canon M50. Yes, I love my Canon M50. I got it last year and it has worked wonders. I take a lot of pictures with it when I don't pay a photographer and all of that. It's just a good camera to start on. And like I said, you can get it refurbished on the Canon site. And you know it's going to be good quality. You can also find it on Amazon and eBay, but I just went straight to Canon because I'm like, I don't want anything janky. So boredom will definitely have you calling a guy you said you was done with. Listen, okay? And it will have you giving chances to clowns because I have one or two dudes right now still texting me knowing good and well like I'm over them because they just were not going anywhere. And they hit me up when they're bored. I know you hit me up when you're bored because you're inconsistent. Like you hit me up once a week, maybe twice if I'm lucky, and you hit me with the hey or good morning or what you up to. One of them texted me yesterday and told me he's sick. And I was just like, okay, I'll be praying for you. I'm sorry to hear that. Like, I don't know what you're expecting, but you know, I'll give you prayer and I hope you get better, but that's it. I'm not going to jump into your arms. I don't know how to use all of the features on it. I learned quite a bit from Think Media, and then there was this other channel where this guy spent like an hour showing the different features of the camera. So I watched that when I first got it last year. If I can find that video, I'll send it to you on Instagram if I remember, and if I can find it, because he really broke down all the nooks and crannies of the camera. So it helped me figure out like the apertures and this and that, the third, because it really is a good camera to start with and last. Yes, Christian. I told you to call Auntie. Y'all, let me get up off this live because this child gonna have me turning into a whole black mama. And I'm like, I'm not trying to lose my cool. So not that I would like completely fly off the handle, but yeah. And plus I got to take these videos. So stay tuned next Thursday, 12:45 p.m. Let's just say 1 p.m. just in case, because I think my mom has a doctor's appointment. I don't know. But follow me on Instagram at Delle_Delle just so that you can stay abreast. And please share my channel out. We are almost monetized. Other than that, have a great weekend. Stay safe. I'll probably see y'all tomorrow on somebody's live stream or something. But if not, have a great weekend. Stay safe. And don't forget to comment and subscribe down below. Love y'all. Bye.